Guys, Drew.
Oh my God, he's robbing Fort Knox!
Hey man!
Oh, is that Lil Omey? I love that guy. Wait, is he robbing Fort Knox? We gotta go get him, dude. Come on.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you? Tell me what you gonna do, what you gonna do? Yeah, bad boys, what you gonna do, what you gonna do?
What's up guys, Lil Omey here, taking a break from his hot pursuit just to teach you guys some math. Alright, so getting right in with the first problem, Lil Omey hops in his Bugatti, we're just going to assume he has a Bugatti, and drives away going 216 miles per hour towards Louisville, Kentucky, which we're also just going to assume that's Louisville, Kentucky that I'm going to, which is 50 miles away. The cops are heading towards Louisville, Kentucky as well. That's unfortunate for Lil Omey. Perpendicularly going 230 miles per hour from 75 miles away. How fast is the distance between Lil Omey and the cops changing? Okay guys, so now I'm going to show you how to actually solve this mathematical problem that very few people can actually do without my help. So let's get right into it. You want to draw a picture that represents what's going on in the thing. So there's the picture right there. And then you might want to actually label and write down everything you know so far about the problem, which is what I have there. So then you want to come up with an equation that could be used to actually solve the problem, which we're using Pythagorean theorem. And then with that, we can solve for the value of c really quickly, which is that distance. And so once we do that, we plug in all the values that's given to us in the problem, and we get the c. Then we use that later on in the thingy. So then we move on over here, and as you can see, I derived the equation. So what we have is 2a times dA over dt plus 2b times dB over dt is equal to 2c times dC over dt. And when you plug everything in, you get a nice big equation, and if you enter that into your calculator, you get negative 56,100 is equal to 10 times root 325 times dC over dt. And if you just divide that to isolate the dC over dt, you get the value of dC over dt, which gives me the value of the answer, which is negative 311.187 miles per hour. That is how fast the distance between me and Officer Clifton is unfortunately decreasing.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool?
What's up guys, I'm back. I'm under arrest, but I don't really care. It's not going to stop me from teaching you guys some math. So let's get back into it. Lil Omey unfortunately got captured by Officer Clifton. Lil Omey is one of the most dangerous rappers / YouTube sensations of all time, so the cops had to build a whole new fence around the prison cell they put him in. That's how special I am, guys. The prison only has a total of 4,000 meters of fencing. What would be the dimensions of the fence that would enclose the largest area of the prison? Alright, so as you can see, I drew a picture for this problem. That's the stupid prison Officer Clifton locked me up into for no reason. So, yeah, so I labeled each side, you know, just how you'd label another normal rectangle, 2 x's and 2 y's on opposite sides. And then you write an equation for the perimeter of it, because it's given that the perimeter would be 4,000 feet of fencing. So what we have is here 4,000 is equal to 2x plus 2y, which is the perimeter. And we also write another equation for the area, which is area is equal to x times y. Now if we solve for one of those equations, or for one of those variables, we can factor out the 2, so we get 2,000 is equal to x plus y. Then we can solve for y and just get 2,000 minus x. After that, you can plug that back into this area formula. So you get area is equal to x times 200 minus x. When you distribute that, you get area is equal to 2,000 x minus x squared. Now if you derive that, you get 2,000 minus 2x. And then move over here. You set that equal to 0 and you solve for x as shown here. And you should get the value of x is equal to 1,000. Now we need to make sure that that's a maximum value, so we put that onto our number line thingy that I made up myself. And you can see that any value less than 1,000 is increasing or positive, and any value over 100 is negative, so that indicates a maximum, which is a good sign. Now what we do is we get the 1,000, plug it back into the perimeter formula, so we can actually get the y value and get the other dimensions of the prison cell. And then when we solve for y, you end up getting 2,000 is equal to 2y, and then y is equal to 1,000. So the area would end up being 1,000 by 1,000. Those are the dimensions of the prison cell, which I gotta say, it's not gonna hold me, because I'm a Lil Omey, man. I can break out of a 1,000 by 1,000 prison cell.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? You chuck it on that one, you chuck it on this one, you chuck it on your mother and you chuck it on your father, you chuck it on your brother and you chuck it on your sister, you chuck it on that one and you chuck it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do?
What's up, guys? I'm Free again, so I'm going to take this opportunity to teach you guys a little bit more about calculus. As expected, Lil Omey managed to escape from the high-security prison and began to run for his Omeymobile, which was located across the rocky field with a trail going around at 300 feet west and 400 feet north of his position. However, Officer Clifton was aware of his escape and quickly ran after it. Lil Omey's Omeymobile was so close, but he couldn't waste any time as Officer Clifton was right behind him. If he can run around the rocks at 22 feet per second and run through the rocks at 15 feet per second, what's the fastest way across the rocky field so that he can reach his vehicle before he's caught? Okay, guys, so I need to figure out how to get to my Omeymobile the fastest way. Should I go around the rocks or through the rocks? So here's the picture I drew with all the dimensions. And yeah, so moving on, we need to figure out what this distance is. So if we do Pythagorean theorem, we can do a squared plus b squared is equal to the d squared. And if you plug all the values in, you get x squared plus 400 squared, all under a square root. And then you can use that distance you got for that hypotenuse angle and add that 300 minus x distance as well. And then that is a total distance if I decide to walk through the rocks. So we need to figure out the time for that, which would be square root x squared plus 1600 over 15 plus the 300 minus x over 22, because the 15 and 22 are the different speeds I can walk through each path. Now if we derive it, we get 2x over 30 times square root x squared plus 160,000 minus 1 over 22. Now moving on, we'd continue to solve it, and then we set it equal to 0, and then you cross multiply or just bring the square root function to the other side, and then you square both sides, so you get x squared is equal to 225x squared plus 36 million over 484. And then once you do that, you can multiply both sides by 484, and then solve for the x squared, or isolate the x squared. Then whenever you solve for x, you get square root of x is equal to plus or minus square root 138,996.134. That's all in the calculator. You can save in. It doesn't have to be that decimal. But then if you plug that back into this time equation, you get that the time going through the rocks and then to the Omey would take me 33.14 seconds. But then if you want to figure out the time without going through and just going around, you just add up the 300 plus the 400, and then you get 700, and then divide that by the 22 because that's how fast I can walk or run, and then you get 31.818 seconds, which shows that if I want to outrun Officer Clifton, I gotta go around the rocks. But you know, screw it. I wanna be wild because I'm Lil Omey, so I'm just gonna go the slowest way possible. Maybe just give Officer Clifton a little bit of a advantage here, just so he doesn't feel bad if he can't catch me.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys.
Damn, I gotta lift off in the Omey mobile. Gotta fly into the sky and hopefully not get shot by a ray gun.
Oh no, it's the Omey mobile.
I gotta shoot it down. Hey guys, I'm pretty sure I'm in the clear now, so I'm gonna teach you guys my final lesson on calculus. After escaping, Lil Omey flew away in his own mobile at a height of 10 miles. Officer Clifton sees him flying and pulls out his ray gun to shoot Lil Omey and end his reign of fame. What a jerk. When the distance between the rivals is 15 miles, the distance is decreasing at a rate of 500 miles per hour. At what speed is Lil Omey traveling at so that Officer Clifton can predict his location and shoot him down? Let's hope he doesn't. Okay, for the final question, Officer Clifton apparently has a ray gun, which I don't know why he has a ray gun, and is trying to shoot me down to kill me, which I guarantee that's not going to happen. But apparently he needs my speed, so being the friendly guy I am, I'm going to give him the speed to give him a little bit of an advantage. So if you draw the picture here, you know, this is my height, that's the distance between us, which is given, and then that's the speed, or S side, okay, that's what we'll call it. So what you need to do is write a formula for it, which what would work for this is Pythagorean theorem, which relates to all the variables. So if you just do d squared is equal to h squared plus s squared, you can solve for s by plugging in the d and the h, so you just get square root 15 squared minus 10 squared, which is equal to 5 root 5. Okay, so that's the s value. Now what you do here is if you derive it, you can get 2d times dd over dt is equal to 2h times dh over dt plus 2s times ds over dt. Now you plug in all the values you have, you get that, and the dh over dt for height, I guess, is 0 because the height isn't really changing. It's a straight flight path. I'm a pretty skilled pilot, so I'm not about to be swerving up and down. So then if you solve for ds over dt, you get negative 15,000 over 10 root 5, which equates to negative 670.820 miles per hour. And the thing is, speed can't be a negative value, so that just means I'm going to get 670.820 miles per hour. And that's about it. You're welcome, Officer Clifton. Let's see if you can shoot me down now, buddy.
What you gonna do?